On February 28th, the eve of the 2024 season opener in Bahrain, Red Bull announced that the sex scandal against Horner had been dismissed. In their words, the team claimed that the investigation was fair, rigorous, and impartial, but not a lot of people believe the process wasn't transparent. Toto Wolff certainly didn't think so. Just a day after Horner was cleared, a huge tranche of screen grabs, mostly of WhatsApp messages purporting to be between Horner and his accuser, was leaked in an anonymous email to journalists and paddock figures. Key figures who received the leaks included the FIA president, Mohammed bin Sulayem, F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali, and all 9 other team principals. When quizzed about the files, Horner refused to comment on emails sent by an anonymous person, but swiftly reminded the UK press that there would be consequences should they choose to publish the leaks. All the newspapers got the threat and did not publish the files. The accuser was subsequently suspended with full pay. They said she had been dishonest with her account of things. On the conclusion of Red Bull's internal investigation, the team absolved Horner of any wrongdoing. But crucially, they told the woman that she could appeal the decision. And today we are here to inform you that the accuser has exercised her right of appeal. But she senses that once more, Red Bull will throw off her case. To that effect, she has laid a bigger trap for Horner. It is either she wins the case or damage Horner's reputation beyond repair. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification. Welcome to Front Lockout. Accuser launches a 3-prong attack at Horner. Christian Horner's accuser, a woman in her early 40s, felt unfairly treated following her suspension by Red Bull and has vowed to prove her case. She has now adopted a 3-prong approach to either nail Horner or at least guarantee maximum damage to his reputation. First off, she filed a separate suit with the FIA regarding how she was treated by Horner, but doubts have been cast on whether the FIA will find its finest team principal guilty. This was buttressed by the fact that at the height of the saga, the FIA's own president, Ben Sulayem, was reported to have told Max Verstappen to publicly back Horner, but Max declined his request. Even though there are doubts about how the FIA will handle the case, she filed it nonetheless. Her second approach is by exercising her right of appeal internally at Red Bull. The UK Telegraph reported last month that the woman had lodged her appeal, but there was a delay in the filing. This delay was attributed to the woman changing tactics by firing her previous legal representation to appoint a new one. But since Red Bull was confident that Horner didn't err and even suspended her, this appeal could also be thrown out. Days ago, it was reported that the new barrister handling the appeal grilled the woman extensively. It is also expected that Christian Horner could also be brought in to answer more questions. However, Red Bull is now bracing itself for the tsunami that is to come. Should they throw out her appeal, the company will have to reveal details of the whole investigation, because if they don't, they will be forced anyway. Red Bull is expected to release key details of the investigation, like the name of King's counsel who conducted it. Information about the nature of the complaint and the findings of the inquiry are all expected to be made public. But this is not going to be enough to appease the woman, as she has laid down a third attack that will do real damage to the brand. If she loses the internal appeal by Red Bull, she is expected to play a third card by dragging Horner to the UK Employment Tribunal, and this is where it gets dirty. The problem with going to a tribunal is that the matter would drag into next year. This means that this dirty affair will continue to hang over the image of the sport for a long time to come. The other issue is that everything regarding the investigation will now be made public. If Red Bull hadn't done a good job of the investigation, it would have blown open. Red Bull is also treading carefully. Great care will need to be applied to ensure this issue doesn't boil over in the media and lead to a cancellation of the drinks. Pressure mounts on Red Bull. The company is already under scrutiny from pressure groups who have expressed zero confidence in the investigation. The Fawcett Society, which campaigns for women's rights, has expressed sadness that issues like this is still common in the workplace. They also said that sexual harassment is not about sex, but also about power. Speak Out Revolution, another campaign group that fights harassment and bullying of women in the workplace, also slammed Red Bull for how it handled the matter. They revealed that 2 years ago, they were contacted anonymously by another woman who worked in the F1 and was forced out after complaining about an unidentified team. How long will Red Bull back their own man at the expense of their brand? For months, Red Bull did a good job of keeping the issue a close secret. The woman had lodged an inappropriate and coercive behavior complaint against Horner in November, but the team kept it in-house. For 2 months, Red Bull's dirty secret was safe until someone very high up in Red Bull leaked the investigation to a certain Dutch journalist called Eric van Haren, who broke the news on a Dutch newspaper called The Telegraph. Red Bull is still trying to figure out the rat among its ranks. We will continue to watch this space and keep you updated. This is Front Lockout, signing off.